Hey everybody, this is Frankie. This is a live broadcast. If you're just joining right now, you probably are just listening to me wondering what the heck I'm gibbering about. But if you're coming in later, this provides you with a little bit more information in regards to this broadcast. Now, like I said, it is live right now. As I talk and I try to waste some time, I'm actually going through and sharing it on my other pages so that it gets out there and we get a better audience. Ask everybody to share this if you like it. Now, I don't read from the script or anything, and as you can tell, my dog Tucker is in the background. He's a little pissed because he's not allowed outside. Hey, Linda. It is very interactive, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Just type it out right there. Generally, I'll respond if I see it. If Facebook's not acting up, if Facebook's acting up, then I may not answer because I won't see it. And I'm sharing it on my last thing right now, and we are a go. Okay, so a lot of news. I had to take yesterday off. I was out surfing. Got a little bit burnt, if you can see it. But it was fun. Some fun waves over in Daytona. It was a hell of a trip, and it's funny. I decided to stop off at USF to visit my daughter, and she made me some dinner. And on the way home, I was amazed at all the accidents I spent. And you know what? Usually I'm used to accidents on I-4. Well, not yesterday. They were all on 75, which was amazing. All right, so some of the stuff that's transpired, the legal aid hotline, this is for a lot of the IRMA folks out there. I've sent it out a few times. A few video reports. That number is 866-650-2929. And basically, it's out there if you need some legal assistance with a lot of the issues out there. Some people didn't think we were impacted as much as other areas. And, you know, I was just driving a little side road today in Venice, and I saw another roof with the blue tarp over there. So a lot of people had a lot of impact out there. They may have some legal issues. This is an avenue to take. If you're just joining, interactive, feel free to make any comments over there, ask any questions, and I'll try to answer any I can. Once again, we had another Richard Martin. I think he must work across the street from Lowe's there because he videotaped another accident. Not sure what the issue is there, but there seems to be an accident almost daily at that area. And there's always these little hotspot areas where we can where we see these issues. The other one was the wrong way driver, and I think the person said Shamrock. It looked like 41 to me. I'm not sure. I didn't read the comments to see what happened, but another wrong way driver in Venice. And so what's causing this? And I don't know if he or she were elderly. It is funny though, because whenever the snowbirds come down, they always get picked on for being the bad drivers. And right now it's September 27th, folks, and the snowbirds really aren't here. A couple of them are, but, it is a serious question, especially the lady. I put the video of the person going the wrong way on the roundabout, and that could be hazardous. Both of them very hazardous. 41 right in that area where the lady or guy was doing a turn is very busy, very congested. A lot of accidents right there. So you got to be careful. Sarasota, again, if you're just joining, I'll say this a few times throughout. If you're just joining, interactive, feel free to ask any questions, or if you want to be like Linda and just say hi. Sex offender alert. Again, a lot of these, I tend to put them out. One of them that I shared today in Sarasota was actually someone I put out the other day, but he's moved again. Whenever they move, they have to report it. They're supposed to. They don't always. And sometimes they don't even have to report it. There's a pasture that lives, I believe, here in Venice, and he did some stuff up north. I think it was in Ohio. He's never been reported because the incident happened prior to the issue of having to report where you're moving to. And I put out the information at one point. I forget the guy's name, but he's here in Venice. And so there are a few of those outliers that are still out there. The mounted horse valor receives national recognition. How about that? I always like doing that stuff. I love those horses. I never see the mounted patrols, though. I know they're around. I've seen them out, pictures of them out on Siesta Key and stuff. I never really see them. Opioid abuse. Governor Scott put out something new. And then on any of these stories, you guys, you used to be able to search on my Facebook page. You can't. It's hard for some reason anymore. So I tell people to go to the uncensoredreport.com. Top right-hand box is a search box. Type in any of these keywords. You can even, if you want to see a previous arrest report, you can put the person's name in there. It'll pull up any arrest reports that I shared before. So Governor Scott addresses the fight against opioid abuse. This is a good thing. I'm hoping it's a good thing. Too many times these politicians do it and it just falls to the wayside. We got a major issue here that Big Pharma has brought on. Bradenton being hit significantly. Sarasota's not far behind. What happened is when Florida came in and changed the rules in regards to pain pills, the prices started skyrocketing. So people went out, on the street. A pain pill skyrocketed $80 when it was $20 or whatever the price was. And so they decided to go out and get other forms of drugs, fentanyl and all that stuff. And it's just been a horrific what's happened here. I did share something with an individual that's looking for 2 more people in recovery for that candlelight visual where they go out and they talk about, hey, I'm in recovery. These are some of the good things. So look for that. I think I shared it today on my Facebook page. Irma, the debris thing continues. A lot of people are worried, hey, when's my debris getting picked up? I did see some debris trucks driving around at the county level. The city, I did ask them, and they were hoping to get an update. I was surprised they didn't know the status of the debris pickup, but I can tell you my crap's still sitting out there, and generally wherever I drive in the city, it's out there. So I don't know where they're at, and a little surprised the city didn't know the status of it, and they hope they have something by Monday. Sarasota is pretty proactive in getting out information on the debris pickup and telling you what to do. They're starting at the north end and moving south, essentially in Sarasota, the city of Sarasota. But whenever I get that info, I put it out there. Northport's been pretty active. I think the only one dropping the ball, the only entity has been the city of Venice in terms of information on that issue. What else we got here? The wrong way driver, I'm still amazed by that. Somebody lives in Northport. This is a little bit from yesterday, and but she used to live in St. Thomas, and she saw me put out something on Puerto Rico, and she wanted to say, hey, look, basically St. Thomas is in the same boat. Puerto Rico is just horrible. I went and saw yesterday when I was surfing, Mad Dog Bernie in Daytona. He has a place there in Puerto Rico, and he said it's just like, it set him back years and years. And in places like San Juan, I remember one time in a previous career, I was a director at Altel. And I can't remember if it's when it was Altel or GT, but we won a trip over San Juan. And it was a resort, and they said, you can't leave. You can't go outside of a 1-block area because it's hazardous as hell with the gangs. And I guess it's even gotten worse there. It's just destroyed. I feel bad for them. And I did put out something. Hey, these are American citizens, guys. And a lot of times people just don't realize it or they forget about that. Suspicious death in Northport on Roxbury Circle. No new information coming out from Northport on that. Just basically what we put out yesterday. If anything new does come out, I'll let you guys know. They don't think it was anything. It's weird. They say it's suspicious, but they say don't be alarmed. And sometimes I wonder, well, why call it suspicious and then tell me not to be alarmed? All right. And what about this? I was just thinking about this. If you're here in the city of Venice, how is it? And this is just out of the blue. How the hell is it that they have $700,000 that they just grabbed out of thin air to fix the pier, yet they don't have $500,000 for a fire truck? They don't have $100,000 to fix a fire station that has been leaking and has broken doors and they're rotting off, and it's been this way for 3 or 4 years. Why couldn't they just grab this magical money to fix those issues? But when it comes to tourism and driving in the snowbirds, they'll go fix that versus the people that are living here. And you guys should be pissed about it. I don't know. I think it was because I was driving my daughter to Finn's, and sometimes when I'm driving, she's playing that stupid rap music, and I was just sitting there thinking. And I got to the pier, and that's when I started thinking about it. How the hell do they have money for this but nothing else? The life of Frank Abbruzzino. I think about stupid stuff like that. All right. This offender, lewd and lascivious with a 3-year-old. The detectives are looking for him. I believe he was on the offenders list. He was known. And another incident happened. Like I've said so many times, you cannot cure these idiots. I can't tell you how many friends write me pissed off because I'm sharing something that their friend went out and did, and then they just blast me saying, he already did his time. He served his time. I say, what the hell? What about the young kid that he screwed over for life? Give me a break. I had parents one time say, you ruined our Thanksgiving because you told people our son was in town. It was reported. I put it out there. No, your son ruined your Thanksgiving by, doing this crap. What the heck was that just now? Sorry, I just got an interesting notification. Let me go there. I get notifications all day long on news events that are occurring, breaking news. And I thought I saw something just now about a body at Lido Beach. Let me see where it is. Death investigation underway at Lido Key public beach parking lot. That just broke over the wires. All right, so I'll share that later once I get more information on it. Back to what I was talking about. Let me get back to that other page. The sex offenders. So and that's why I share them. But I'm truly amazed at the people that just come after me on that issue. People never cease to amaze me. Again, if you're just joining, you can ask questions up on the right. No problem. Just say hi or ask a question if you want. If I know the answer, I'll try to answer. Jabez Span, we put out something where his family was pleading again. They, and the chief DePino basically said, look, we don't know if he ran away or if he's really in danger, but the family wants some help. They're trying to find their child. And so they put out a desperate plea yesterday once again. The jury trial for this BB guy, I did note that there was another charge against him for kidnapping, but the jury's trial's been going on today. I was posting a lot of it, and then I got sidetracked. They did put a picture up of the elderly lady that's making a lot of the accusations, and I'll share that report later once I get done with this report. Online registration coming to Florida for voters. This is actually a good thing, I think. A lot of people, you got to get more people involved, more people voting. Like this cycle we're going through in November is a down cycle, and we have 2 candidates running for council. And the biggest concern is limited amount of people going in to vote, and that usually will go towards the person that has the most money, the most influence. And I'm afraid we're going to get 2 pro-developer individuals in, being Carlissimo and the other guy. And so it's always concerning to me. So online, when we can get more people involved, is a good thing. Because a lot of people just won't go down to vote or just sign up to vote or register. Scoop News, the Judy Blume story, the banned books. I did a little thing today just talking about the books that are being banned. And I personally was not aware of the fact that a parent can contact the school or library and say, hey, look, I find this offensive for this reason. And the school will act and ban a book like Gone with the Wind, Judy Blume. I know about I'm Jazz, but, a lot of books. So that's a little concerning. And some people may say, well, it's great because I'm Jazz and that whole transgender thing, and I don't like it. I'm not a huge fan of that whole thing. But, hey, if you ban I'm Jazz, then you're opening the door for them to come in and ban something that's important to me. And we don't want to open that Pandora's box up, folks. What do we have? Karen, it's illegal for sex offenders to be on Facebook. This clinic in Northport thinks he can cure them. I didn't know that. Yeah, Karen, send me that information. I don't know who you're talking about there. And I did not know it was illegal for them to be on Facebook. Is that why there's so many in Northport? Linda, you're quick on your feet. That is there does seem to be a lot there. Let's see. What else we got here? Debris cleanup progress in Sarasota. Again, that was just somebody that Sarah Redmond, she was talking about. When are we getting it all cleaned up? It's been a while since Irma. I've had this damn chair sitting out in the driveway for 2 weeks, and I'm sure the neighbors just enjoy that. So yeah, we're all with you. We all want it done. And then they talked about the economic impact of the World Rowing Championship. I think they're trying to make it look like, oh, this is really impacting our economy. And I'm sure it is. We got a lot of people here, and they're trying to take off so much attention, which is on Benderson and the 2,500 or what do you get? $2.5 million, I think, from the county for it, and then you got a bunch of state grants. It's basically been corporate welfare for the Bendersons. But they're saying, well, we're helping people, and it was funny in this report because they said the person that was communicating, I think it was Visit Sarasota County, she said, oh, we're helping all the different entities. And then she said, well, we're doing this in the city of Sarasota, and then we're going to help this specific group, bars. And I'm like, okay, well, what are you doing for Venice? What are you doing for Northport? We're all part of the county. We all put in that $2.5 million. Is there going to be an economic benefit? I'm sure. But I don't know if we're benefiting with how much money we put out, folks. Call me crazy. Take a knee. Sick and tired of those guys. I don't care. Unlike my page, this is ridiculous doing it during the national anthem. I'm a veteran, and I find it repulsive. I will not watch football. I was going to bring my family to a game because my kids wanted to go. I am not buying those tickets now. My best friend, Jim, He usually goes once a year, and he'll get club seats. He spends well over $1,000. He said he is not doing it this year. So continue taking a knee, and I hope the NFL flops. That's my view. All right, Puerto Rico, I put out more information out there on the people out there in the remember the guy abused the sharks and their creatures. You know what, Jerry? Funny thing is that guy got punched in the face the other day in a bar. Alex, with that stupid show, Siesta Key Live or whatever it's called. He got punched in the face by some 20-year-old, and Alex didn't press charges. He said, 20-somethings do crazy things. And he ended up, I think, in braces. It was out there. I was waiting for a video report. I haven't seen it. I don't want to throw any more attention their way, if you will. And I'm wondering, too, what happened. You know, the big hula was that the assistant attorney general, assistant state attorney in Bradenton was going to bring charges and do something by mid-month last month. And we've seen nothing has died. It's just basically fallen off the face of there. So who knows what's up with the shark crew. A letter to the Northport City Commissioners regarding the water aquatic park had some traction, 4,300 people. The lady just noted some concerns and issues that she has noticed there. Fire fees. I put this out, guys. One thing that is concerning is if you're in the city of Venice, they're still pursuing the fire fee, but they're doing a citizenry board. The problem is that the citizenry board usually consists of people that the politicians want in there, which will do their dirty deeds, just like we have on the planning committees and all the different committees. Hollick went in and said, look, we need to I'd want to get rid of fire fee because he wants them to consider the mergers, which a lot of people were against. Some people are saying, well, now maybe it makes sense. Where do you stand on that? Todd Bowen, I didn't know. He seems like a nice guy. I didn't know there was accusations of sexual harassment, and he basically used a PR firm that he ended up hiring. He didn't have to go through to fight those charges when he was up to get this job of superintendent. He ended up hiring that same firm, and because he spent less than $50,000, he didn't have to go through this county school board to draw attention to it. Now he's going through them because he wants to give them a contract that I believe was over $200,000. And this is the same person that has some connections with Eric Robinson. And so there's a lot of concern around there in regards to hiring this company. And it's somebody that's very connected within the community that owns that company. You can listen to that on there. Just it's on today's page, or what did I put out there? The scoop concern over Sarasota superintendent. If you want to go on my page and type that in the search bar at the uncensoredreport.com. EDC, Mike Moran, County Commissioner Moran, brought up some good points saying, look, how do we justify this $1 million we're giving you? And the Mark Huey, the president with the EDC, came back and said, well, we brought X amount of jobs. I forget the number, 800 and something. I find that hard to believe. I think most of the time it seems like we're getting screwed as a county when we do that. Now, they've implemented some new things that will hopefully prevent that going forward, but interesting report if you want to listen to it. And the candlelight visual that I put out there, what else we got here? The trucks up the personal area. Deputy Frank Beebe, we covered that. Free college tuition in Florida, just something that's being thrown out there. Keep in mind, the last state that did this, it's failing big time. It's draining the system big time. It sounds great. Not practical, though, guys, unfortunately. Let's see. Inglewood, person found dead in Inglewood. Why did I put that back up there? Oh, it was the latest. It was just an update from the SESO on there were some video reports on that individual. Basically, no new information in my mind. Cleanup County, Sarasota, sex offender. We already talked about that goofball. Operation Blue Roof. What do we got here? Oh, I put out another thing. This was from ABC Action News. It was actually out of Tampa, but just, again, bringing awareness to the contractors. You got a lot of contractors, a lot of them that are unlicensed, a lot of them that are unscrupulous, where they go out there and their goal is to rip you off, like this guy that looks angry at the world. Look at him. He looks so freaking pissed. But he's an unlicensed contractor, and he took this lady for a lot of money, and I don't want to see that happen to any of you guys here. So there are options, and in there I think they tell you where to go to check to see if they're licensed, and before you pull a trigger, do your research. FEMA urging a true culture of preparedness. you would think after what happened with last year with, what was it, Charlie, this year with Irma, Harvey over there. Oh, God, there's a report I just saw how people are getting flesh-eating disease, and someone just died from Harvey and going in the water, which I'm going to share after this. But FEMA basically says, look, you got to stay prepared. And unfortunately, they're afraid that many Americans won't. Even after what we experienced with Irma, Harvey, Charlie, Maria down in Puerto Rico, that people will not get prepared. Have water, have MRE food set up so that you're not running around at the last minute trying to find water, trying to find gas and everything, and fighting with everybody else to get the last amount of supplies that's out there. Interesting article. I'd suggest reading it. Sarah Young, 20, just had 4 more counts of burglary added. We shared a story about a week ago. And this was a girl, I said, she doesn't look like a criminal, but I guess she is. Never judge a book by the cover. People look at me with tats, the hair, and the ripped jeans, and get a lot of judging there. What else we got here? Netflix, iTunes scam, leave you broke. Listen to that. It's a new scam that's going around, just trying to bring more awareness to it. The World Championship update. Oh, this is new. New development out there. Northwest of the Caribbean. It could impact Florida, depending upon a lot of the latest models. And it's something that we need to watch, so I'll be following that a little bit closer for you guys and putting out updates on it. Free skincare prevention screening at Sarasota Memorial. I tell you what, if you guys are on Twitter, look for @SMHCS or Sarasota Memorial on Facebook. They have a lot of free stuff like cancer prevention, osteoporosis, all these different things that try to educate you on some of the options that are out there for it. And it's very interesting. I try to share them whenever I see them, but it's a good page to like if you're interested in stuff like that. Progressive pickups. In October, she added additional information. What is this? Oh, Lorraine on the pickups. Okay. This was interesting. House fire due to air vents. You got to clean those air vents. A house fire in Northport due to air vent. The person didn't clean it out. Next thing you know, you got a house fire. You could lose everything in it. And, that's tragic. So, yeah, make sure you're cleaning out those their filters from – this looks like the filter from the drying machine. Cars, Sarasota Police Department. Hey, Adam. Sarasota Police Department, a lot of car burglaries, break-ins, and stuff like that. And they said, hey, look, remove your valuables, keep your door locked. I'm of the sense I keep nothing of value in my car. Also, I drive a Jeep that's wide open. But I think I'd rather have a broken window, or I'd rather them open the door and see nothing versus having a broken window. Call me crazy. That's just my train of thought. Let's see what else we got here. That's basically it. So the body found at Lido. I'll go out and I'll get more information on that and I'll share it. And any new information that's out there, usually, around between 5 and 7, I start seeing all kinds of videos that are coming out. Not a lot of active stuff has been out there today. There was a person missing earlier, but they found her. That was like 5 in the morning this morning, which most of you guys weren't even up probably then. But I think that's it. Any more questions? Hey, Damon, look at that. I have Damon Powers on here and Adam Hutchinson. These are 2 guys that do a lot of photography around here. Damon loves the lightning shots. I like sharing his stuff. And if you guys are a photographer like Adam Hutchinson, who's also apparently on here, or Damon, if you got pictures that you're taking around Sarasota County, I have no problem sharing them. If you want, Damon will tell you, I'll put all your credentials on there. You should watermark it. So Adam Hutchinson has a funny story where a local paper, I'm not going to say the hometown paper, has been taking his photos and not giving them credit in certain circumstances. So you want to avoid that, watermark your photos. But the certain hometown paper, I guess, tells you cannot watermark them when they buy them from you. But give me all of your stuff and I'll put it up there. If you're just someone that takes a picture, put a watermark, put whatever info you want to website and that. And I have no problem putting that up there because in my mind, you guys are providing me content. So I have no issue putting your web address or whatever. I think that's it. Anything else? All right, guys, I'm still tired. I am out here. I got a ton of work to do after this, and I smell pasta cooking in the other room that my wife is making. Everybody have a great night.